Okay, meeting called to order 6:02. Roll call, President Ganda.
Present.
Director Hadgani. Director Munir. Present. Director Shakat. Director Sheikh Khalil.
Here.
Director Bardwaj.
Here.
Director Denson.
Present.
Vice Chair Shokraborty.
Present.
Advisor Snyder.
Present.
Senator Haga.
Absent.
Senator Agarwal.
Present.
Senator Carter.
Present.
Senator Upmore.
Present.
Senator Bedr.
Absent.
Senator Mohammed.
Here.
Senator Greer.
Here.
Senator Zelli.
Absent.
Senator Srivastava.
Here.
Okay, I entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Senator Carter,
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
is there a second?
Aye.
Very well. All in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Agenda is approved as presented. I entertain a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes. Senator Greer,
I'll make a motion to approve the previous meeting.
is there a second? Senator Agarwal,
I make a motion to amend the previous meeting minutes. Vice Chair Chakrabarty's name has been spelled wrong. And Director of Civil Relations, Bardwaj's name has been spelled wrong.
okay. I entertain a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes as amended. Senator Chakrabarty,
A motion to approve the previous meeting minutes as amended.
all in favor, raise your right hand. Is there a second? Senator Srivastava,
I second.
all in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Previous minutes are approved as amended. Moving on to director reports, starting with President Ganda.
Hello, everyone. So yesterday I met with Maureen Fitzsimon, a video lead organizer. So they're trying to move forward with a campaign for IU, which is one university, this year to bring more resources to Michigan-Flint for lecturers and students. Regarding resources for students, they're thinking about looking into the state allocation from Lansing because Ann Arbor apparently received twice as much per student than Flint. And the question is, why is that? And students in Flint need more aid than Ann Arbor. So as well as we all know, this year, the Leo lecturers were able to get some raise. In fact, the base stage for the bargaining was $28,000 for leg one. Now it's currently $38,000 in Flint and year one. While in Ann Arbor is $48,000, so like $10,000 difference. Next meeting with the Leo will be with student government presidents from all three campuses to see how we can be of support. In conclusion, Leos are still demanding for equal pay in all three campuses. And my next report is about the governing faculty standing committee. The following committee have a chair and their meeting as well. The academic affairs committee, which is we know it as CCC. Sitting on that committee is Senator Vice Chair Chakraborty and myself. Academic assessment committee is Senators Srivastava and Hagan. Administrative Services Advisory Committee, known as ACAC. Sitting on that committee is Director Amigani and Senator Mohammed. Faculty Advisory Committee on University Outreach and Engagement is Senator Upmore. Scholarship Awards and Special Event is Senators Agarwal and Couch. I believe I sent an email out to respective chairs and CC senators and directors that sitting in those committees. The DPS Oversight Committee are looking for 2 additional students other than Senator Caleb Carter to serve on the committee. So one of the 2 will serve as an alternate if one of the regular members is no longer able to serve. So the requirement for time as a member is very minimum. They're required by Michigan law to meet at least 2 times per year as called by the chair. I yield.
Okay, my report is regards to the October 24th event, which we now have a name for. It's going to be called Our Time Is Now, How America's Youth Can Impact American Democracy. The event obviously hosted by student government. It'll be on October 24th from 4 to 6. Currently, it's an MSD, but we're hopefully going to try and get it moved into the Kiva. Pizza and drinks will be provided. The people that will be sitting on the panel will be Matt J. From March for Our Lives, Santino Guerra, the local councilman from Flint, Brandon Hahn, a student on campus, and then currently Brooklyn, who just recently was added to the panel. The two moderators will be Jason Kozlowski and Kim Sachs-McManaway. I'll be emailing everybody the agenda for the event right after the meeting. So. Director Ahmed Ghani.
Name tags have been received for Senator Upmore and for Director Arwaj. This name tag has also been placed for Senator Couch, and the meeting minutes have been sent out to all students as well.
Director Munir.
Funding board has approved Muslim Student Association's event, Yemen Crisis event, some funds, and those were like $405. And after that, the funding board now has left $14,180. We were allocated $15,000 at the beginning. The Senate was allocated $11,500, and now we are at $10,300. The only expense was we sponsored a State of Student address in the last meeting. That was $1,200. Thank you.
Director Chicago.
Hi everyone. So GLA is thinking about adding an international student seats under the open seats, just like how we did with housing. So it's an option for administration if they feel like they need more representation for their international students. This is still in the works, so if you guys have any input, let me know. We will be discussing it in our GLA meeting, and hopefully, if we would like to add it, we'll come up with a resolution. Yeah, I yield.
Director Sheikh Khalil.
President Gaga and I attended the Vice Chancellor's Student Affairs Advisory meeting yesterday, where we got to know other student leaders on campus while talking about how we can make the VSOs feel more comfortable, not only approaching SSOs, but feeling like they have space in the loft to utilize everything that SIL provides. We also briefly discussed making the loft an area with more modern things like computers. And today, my software committee met and we approved the Artbox Club.
Director Bardwaj.
So the Student Relations Committee has started its initial work. We will be going out to, reaching out to the students on campus and taking basic survey about the student government and how we can help the students. Myself, Senator Couch and Senator Srivastava will be working on this. I'll update with the next meeting. There was a delay in the introduction video that I planned. It will be set for the next Thursday, right after the meeting. I'm planning on taking an introductory video for all the senators and their caucuses and the student government as a whole. State of Student Address, that's on October 17th. It is already advertised on OrgSync and social media and websites. Free food will be served. And as of right now, I'm working on meet and greets as well as weekly student concerns in the loft. So this would be more interactive with the students every week in order to reach out to the general student body and get their concerns. Thank you.
Director Dunson.
The Foreign Outreach Committee met this morning. A couple of updates that we had. The United Student Governments of Michigan Conference has been confirmed for Saturday, November 10th. That's going to be from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. They haven't posted a registration link yet, but once they get that, they'll send that directly to me. BSU also updated us on the water drive. The date for that is going to be October 27th at 11 a.m. And this afternoon, they updated me on the location. It's going to be held in the White Building parking lot. So the pricing for the water provided for that event, so it'll be 24 bottles in a case, and 84 cases will make a pallet. So each pallet is going to cost $225.12. They are requesting student orders to help donate pallets. I believe BSU is purchasing 5 pallets themselves. And then some updates on some other things we were working on. Senator Muhammad did make contact with Kettering, and we're going to follow up with them to invite them to our campus, especially to the event later in October. And Senator Greer is going to work on seeing if there's any student orders he can contact with at Mott, and also connecting with Wayne State. And we have not yet set a date for our next meeting.
Vice Chair of Senate, Chakraborty.
Alongside President Gandhi, I did try to ask some questions about the increase of lab fees that we've had, especially in the College of Arts and Sciences for a lot of the courses. And it seems that we do have to communicate with the Chancellor's Advisory Committee for Budget and Strategic Planning. We currently do not have any student reps on that committee. And I will move forward to seeing how that can be managed.
Advisor Snyder.
Just to follow up on Director Sheikh Khalil's report, the SIL staff met this morning to discuss the issue regarding volunteer student organizations in the loft. And they're planning for live in the loft sessions for VSO presidents and organizations to get a tour of the services that are available for VSOs, as well as to do some focus groups about what else we could provide to help those student organizations use the space more efficiently. You'll also see the furniture start to move around a little bit. I yield.
President Gandhi.
Regarding the seat on the Chancellor's Advisory Committee, I did email the chair of that committee, and I'm trying to have just a seat for next week, Wednesday when they meet, and we'll see how we move forward from there. I yield.
Okay, moving on to University Committee reports, starting with Academic Affairs Advisory Committee. Senator Chakraborty.
So yesterday was, I went to the meeting alongside President Ganda. We first had some information from the VC of Enrollment Management, Christy Hottenstein. There is now a new major declaration policy that will take place from the winter 2019 semester. According to this policy, every student must declare a major after completion of the first 54 credits. So by the time you have 54 credits completed, you should have a major declared. They are considering a major declaration day to be implemented in fall. The main reason for making students choose a major with the help of academic advisors is because a lot of the students with undeclared majors drop out of college between the 5th and 6th semester. By choosing a major earlier, students can get on a degree plan, finish the degree earlier, and have fewer issues with financial aid. There was also a talk about improving certain systems to help the professional advisors that we have around the university for each department to be better at their jobs or not let any mismanagement occur. I'm sure you've heard that we've talked about the calendar, the academic calendar a lot, and we talked about it again. So there is a new review process, approval process, and the idea is that you get an input email from AAAC, the registrar drafts up a calendar, administrative review, then the AAAC reviews again, cabinet approves, regents approve, then it goes to the office of registrar. So it's a long line, but AAAC is trying to still have a say in it, even though it's mostly moved on to the provost and office of registrars. And finally, the degree audit situation. So Dr. Alka got in touch with the individual colleges. Professional schools will only do final audit checks, and CAS will do preliminary and final audit checks. But more faculty may be needed, faculty and staff, because we have a lot of students and just for one person to check through everyone. So that is for consideration in the future.
Academic Assessment Committee.
Committee has not met yet, although I emailed them personally to introduce myself.
Administrative Services Advisory Committee.
The committee hasn't met yet, but there is a date set for November 12th, 11 a.m.
Committee on Undergraduate Admission Standards.
The committee hasn't met yet.
Faculty Advisory Committee on Outreach and Engagement.
I have, excuse me, I met with the committee for the first time yesterday. At the meeting, we approved the previous meeting minutes. At the previous meeting, there was a motion made to elect Emily Fairham as the chair of the committee. Motion passed, and she will be the chair this year. We talked about the University of Michigan-Flint's EDA University Center for Community and Economic Development event for the 2018 Provost Applied Research Fund faculty and student researchers. That event will be held at 501 Bar and Grill. The students and the faculty will give a 10-minute lightning round presentation in front of the attendees about the research that they've conducted. The interim provost will be attending that and will be saying a few words. We also had a presentation from the GIS Center that we listened to, had a good conversation about. There was a few minutes of conversation about the College of Arts and Sciences as well as the School of Management to adopt the Boyer model for tenure and promotion procedures and protocol, as other colleges at the university have. The chair of the committee is going to be talking to the executive board about the language in the upcoming months to kind of figure that situation out. There was also an update on scholarship recipients that the committee chose last year and the work that they've done in the community. There will also be a committee member leaving in December, which is going to leave a vacant seat. And the opening is going to be reported to the nominating committee in the upcoming months to fill that seat.
General Education Curriculum Committee.
That committee did not meet this week.
Graduate Board.
The committee hasn't met yet.
Library Committee.
The committee hasn't met yet, but this has been rumored that we will have a meeting like later on in the year.
Office of Extended Learning Advisory Committee.
The committee hasn't met yet.
Research. I'm sorry. Research and Creative Activities Committee. That's me, I'm sorry. The committee hasn't met yet. Scholarship Awards and Special Events.
The committee hasn't met yet, but President Gada emailed me about the information of the chair, so we should be meeting sometime this week. And
Student Concerns Committee. Technology Committee.
Committee hasn't met yet, I yield.
Campus Parking and Traffic Advisory Committee. Okay, so I met with DPS October 2nd. One of the first things we talked about was the cell surface parking application. Tim Todd from ITS had a lot to say about how students tend to forget or tend to throw away their the thing we put in the car, the tag things. And they just throw them away because they say August 31st. And he said that they're constantly having to give them out to students, so they were trying to figure out a way to be more efficient. The next thing that they talked about was the Mill Street parking ramp. They're officially removing visitor parking from that ramp and adding 20 spots to students, which is good. They are redesigning the handicap parking spots in that ramp as well. And permits for recreation center members will be redesigned. For students living in housing, the River Park parking ramp, a lot of people had trouble because they weren't getting cards in the beginning of the semester. I was assured by Chief Rahal that everyone in Riverfront should have those swipe cards now. The next thing we talked about was oversized vehicle parking and what determines whether or not your car is too big. And quite literally, they said that if it hits the bar, it's too big. So moving on from that, updates on blue parking. All permits were issued to faculty with one person on the waiting list. Updates on safe ride services. They're still in the works of hiring 3 part-time workers. Hopefully by mid-October, they're hoping to get the van completely and fully operational. And once that's in motion, 15 to 20 students will also have, in total, will have job opportunities with DPS, and that's a total of 2 vans running on campus. With that, I yield to Budget Committee.
The committee hasn't met yet. Actually, the committee will probably meet in January or February of next year. I yield.
Department of Public Safety Oversight.
The committee has not yet decided on a meeting time. Thank you.
Enrollment Management Committee.
the committee hasn't met yet.
Recreation Advisory Committee.
The committee hasn't met yet.
Okay, moving on to Senator reports. Starting with Senator Haygood. Senator Argerboff.
So I sent out an email to the Vice Chancellor of Business and Finance, Mike Tate, to learn about what finances or what allocations are given to web-based classes to work on my caucus. I haven't heard from him yet, but once I do, I will share it with the committee. And I also learned that the committee in charge for doing these things are the Office of Extended Learning, which I'm a part of. So I should be discussing with them when we meet next week. Thank you.
Senator Bedard? Senator Carter?
No report.
Senator Couch?
I plan on picking up the caucus, to increase the funding available for work study students. I plan on emailing somebody financial aid sometime, this week. I do.
Senator Greer?
My first thing that I want to say is that Phase Out Dance Crew is having tryouts, October 8th and October 11th from 7 to 9. My second one is that Sociology Club needs members to join, so if you want to contact the president, her name is Nina Sorry, yeah, her. And then for my caucus, I wanted to do an update. So as for my caucus, as you guys know, that I was focusing on like scholarships for for students, and also like money prizes and clothes and food. But unfortunately, when I met with Lori Better, who works in the financial aid department, she said that each student has a budget based on their financial aid. And regardless if they receive extra like prize monies or scholarships, that they can't do it. But she wants me, for student government and the whole campus, to push for applying for scholarships, which opens December 1st and ends February, like in the middle of February. And then also we need to push students to apply for financial aid on time, because the financial aid application just opened up like October 1st. So if students apply on time, they can get their scholarships and the money and everything. And so moving on to like the second portion of the first caucus, which is the food and the clothing. I want to open a food pantry, which was discussed with other senators, and basically, for that, we need to start figuring out like a location and how to set it up, and then we have to talk to like everyone else regarding like in-cars, tuition, financial aid, and then like it's gonna also involve the homeless people since we're a public campus. So we're trying to like figure out how that will work. And
Senator Mohammed?
No report.
Senator Upmore?
Okay, so, I have not heard back from housing yet, but I'm under the impression that they're kind of going through some changes right now, so I'm gonna wait on that, but in the future, I plan to work with them to create a larger voter registration drive that will be able to benefit students more based on where they live and where they're registered to vote. I'll be working with Senator Greer on the food pantry idea. I'm going to be getting data and statistics from Delta College about how their food pantry is set up, how it works, the numbers that they have tomorrow. And I will be taking all of the registration sheets that we registered students to vote on this campus to John Gleason's office tomorrow. So, I yield.
Senator Srivastava?
I met with Faith this last Tuesday regarding my caucus, and as Advisor Snyder said, there's going to be a lot of changes in the law. So officially, me and Faith will be having our meeting tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. to discuss what changes and how actively we can involve other VSOs with the law and make it more accessible to general public as well. I need it.
Are there any other senator reports? Okay, the floor is now closed. Before I open the floor to any comments, questions, and concerns from the senators and directors, are there any from the audience? I now open the floor to comments, questions, and concerns from senators and directors, starting by questions raised with your right hand. President Gandhi?
First, I have a question. When is the EDA event? Oh, Senator Offman. Yeah.
I don't have it in these notes, but I have it in my folder, and yes, Jeff, I'll just let you know tonight. Email that to you.
All right, thank you.
Director Bartlett?
I just wanted to give a heads up to everyone in student government that I am planning to shoot the introduction video next Thursday. I want all the senators to come with either one line introduction of their caucuses. Same goes with the executive board. And if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know by Wednesday, 6 p.m. Thank you. Thank you.
Advisor Snyder?
If those that are involved with the food pantry idea could see me after, please.
Vice Chair Shuffler?
This is actually just, so I've been told by a few students that the parking structure, it's a milk parking structure, right?
Which one are you trying?
The one by the rec center.
That's the most
No.
parking lot, yep.
So it does not have any spots for charging electric vehicles. So at your next meeting, could you please bring that up?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions, or concerns? Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Austin Ogle. I'm a political science major. I'm in my junior year at this university, and I'm applying currently for a senator position on student government. And I hope to meet all of you soon and get to know everyone better.
Milford Smith, business major, and also applying for the student senator position. First semester here. Look forward to it.
Thanks, guys. Any other comments, questions, or concerns? Director Applebaum?
Can you guys spell your names for me, starting with you and then you?
Who's first time?
Yeah.
First name and last name or only?
Yeah.
First name is Austin, Austin, and my last name is Ogle, Ogle.
Milford. Last name Smith, Smith.
Anybody else? President Gonda?
Nobody moves after the meeting, just stay where you are. Thank you.
Okay, the floor is now closed. 6:29.
The only person that moves is you. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. We're about to have a closed meeting. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.